friends, it's Loree with the blog wagonwheelhomestead.com, just popping on here today for a quick video to show you how we make marshmallows with hot chocolate. So these marshmallows are so fun and so easy to make. Once you figure out how easy they are, you're never gonna buy marshmallows again. Besides, there's no chemicals or preservatives or nasty ingredients in the marshmallows or the hot chocolate. And if you look that up online, there's a lot of stuff in the ones from the store that you probably would rather not be consuming. So come along, I'm gonna show you how we make these super simple marshmallows and hot chocolate. And if you enjoy this kind of video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel, as we will be sharing lots more ways you can cook from scratch, make things from just the ingredients you already have at home. Welcome back to Wagon Wheel Homestead, where each week we share with you homesteading tips and tricks and teach you how to live a simple and sustainable life. My husband and I and our 5 children enjoy living close to the land on our 40-acre homestead in Nebraska, where we utilize the self-sufficient skills we have learned over a lifetime of homesteading. I was blessed to grow up gardening and preserving food since I was a little girl, and my husband grew up cattle ranching. Now we're able to use those skills to feed our family without having to purchase very much from outside sources like the grocery store. While we seek to be self-sufficient, we are mindful daily that we are really God-sufficient, as He is the one who sends the sunshine and the rain to feed us and our livestock. Along with gardening and preserving all of our vegetables, we raise our own beef, milk Jersey cows, make our own dairy products, and bake with sourdough. By involving our children in this lifestyle, we are seeking to preserve these old-fashioned skills by passing them down to the next generation. Join us as we share with you our journey and teach you how to grow a simple, sustainable life. So to get started, we're going to add 1 cup of warm water to a small saucepan, and we're going to add 3 tablespoons of beef gelatin. I get all of my gelatin from Azure Standard, and there's links to that in the description box below and more information in the blog post at wagonwheelhomestead.com. Then you're just going to stir it in and let it sit for 5 minutes until it's completely dissolved or until the gelatin blooms. Then you're going to heat it on medium-high heat, not until boiling, but just before it boils, you're going to want to shut it off. And then we're going to add a 1/2 cup of honey, maple syrup, or you can use sugar, but maple syrup or honey is by far my favorite. You can also add a little bit of maple flavoring here if you want them to taste more like maple marshmallows. I'm adding a couple tablespoons of vanilla extract and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt for flavor. You can also add a 1/2 teaspoon of peppermint extract in place of the vanilla extract if you want to make peppermint marshmallows, or add a 1/4 cup of cocoa powder to make chocolate marshmallows. And I would add the vanilla to the chocolate marshmallows as well. Then just pour it into the bowl of your stand mixer, and you definitely want to mix this on a high speed because you want it to whip into marshmallow fluff as quickly as possible. It's going to take about 10 minutes, and you can see the change happening here. And you will want to beat it until stiff peaks form. You can stop it after about 8 minutes and start to check it. You can see this is still too runny. So turn it back on. You can also use a hand mixer in a bowl, but since it takes so long, I prefer to use my Bosch stand mixer, and there's a link for that in the description box below. Whipping it just a little bit more. And now we have nice stiff peaks forming in our marshmallow fluff. If you want to just leave it as marshmallow fluff, you would want to cook it less when it's on the stove, and if you want really firm marshmallows for s'mores, you can cook it longer until it comes to a full boil. Then you're going to want to lightly butter or grease a piece of parchment paper that's the size of a 9x9 baking pan. This will just help the marshmallows not to stick. And I should have done this a little bit quicker. Typically I do, but when filming it takes a little bit longer. So these marshmallows are starting to set up a little bit already. But what you want to do is just spread them out into this pan. And when they're not quite as firm, they will spread out more smoothly. But again, these were already starting to set up even after just a couple minutes. And that's totally okay. They just aren't as smooth, which my kids don't care one way or the other. So then you're just going to smooth it out, put it into the freezer for 30 minutes to set up, or the refrigerator for a couple of hours. And then when they are set up, you can start making your hot chocolate. So to make our hot chocolate, it's a very simple recipe. We just put a half a gallon of milk. This is raw milk from our Jersey cows. A half a cup of sugar, or you can use maple syrup or honey as well. A half a cup of cocoa powder, usually get mine from Azure Standard also, and a couple tablespoons of vanilla extract. You can also add a quarter teaspoon of salt, and that will make the vanilla flavor come out even more in your hot chocolate. And then you're just going to whisk that gently on the stove and slowly bring it to a medium heat. You don't really want it to boil, but just get it nice and foamy and warm and ready to ladle into mugs. While the hot chocolate is finishing warming up, you can remove your marshmallows from the freezer, and this is the fun part. They're so jiggly and fun. So soft and fluffy, and so easy to make. You can make these on repeat all the time. So you can just cut these up. By the way, marshmallows are really healthy for you if made like this, because the beef gelatin has a lot of essential amino acids and vitamins and minerals in it. So you can consume these every day guilt-free and know that you're actually improving your gut health. They're so fun. Continuing to warm our hot chocolate, and it's time to ladle it into mugs. I got my kids these named mugs for Christmas, personalized mugs I guess you would call them, and they really enjoy those. It helps us to keep track of whose mug is whose, which is helpful. So just ladle them in and then put the marshmallow on the top, and it will melt slowly into your chocolate and give it the most amazing sweet and delicious flavor. And as I mentioned, you're getting so many health benefits by consuming these that it's something you actually should be consuming on a daily basis. The marshmallows always melt onto the top of the chocolate. It's so much better than anything you could ever get from the store. Anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I hope that you try this at home. If you do, definitely leave a comment and tell me how you like this or different variations that you might choose to make. And we'll see you in the next video.